That's why so many people are struggling, because they don't know that the source of change has to happen inside their mind. What matters to me is that you sooner or later realize that what goes on inside of you affects what goes on outside of you. You influence what happens around you. You can try to control it off and on, but every day, every second, you influence what happens around you, what your experiences are, because of what you think about yourself, your abilities and your outcomes, and what you think about others. Those thoughts affect your behavior. And then that behavior then experiences these things on the outside, and then that produces a result. So when I learned this, it was a shocker. I was like, what? That doesn't make sense. I thought it was woo-woo. I thought this was weird. Like, no, I don't influence this. But then as the years went by and I continued to learn and study, I found out that I play a big role in my life. My attitude affects people. My behavior affects people. My action and inaction affects results. It's so crazy, but it's so true. And to simplify it, what's in my head affects what goes on outside my head. And if I got this, which is this is a symbol of not good. The star is a symbol of good, and this is bad. And so if I got a bunch of bad in my head, well, no wonder I keep experiencing that on the outside. If I want my outside results to improve, I need to go in here and improve. But not everybody knows that. You know what people do? If something out here isn't working, they go get a different job. Or if something out here is not working, they just get mad at their spouse or mad at their kids or mad at God. And so usually people try to deal with their outside world that's outside of their head. They try to deal with this in a very shallow way, and they don't know what to change. That's why so many people are struggling, because they don't know that the source of change has to happen inside their mind if you want it to be a permanent change. You know, it's like if you want to lose weight, you can do all the diets in the world, but you will go back to the weight you are that's dialed in on the inside of your mind. For example, let me just show you this right here. On the inside, if you are at 250 pounds, not $250, 250 pounds, and this is in your mind that you are 250 pounds. Out here, you're going to do all these different diets and exercise programs and everything. And out here, you're going to get down below 250 and you're going to be excited. And then watch as time creeps along, you're going to go right back to what was inside your head. And then the same thing happens with money. Same thing happens with money. Let's say on the inside, you have not been able to get over $2,000 a month. And you're like, oh, for some reason, I can't get past $2,000. Well, out here, you keep trying different jobs, you try working harder, and you can't get it to come together out here. And you're super frustrated. You can't figure it out. Well, the reason why it's not coming together out here to get over 2,000 is because on the inside of your head, you're already dialed in and set at $2,000. These are settings. And this is what people don't understand, is that the mind has settings, just like your microwave, just like your oven, just like your thermostat, just like your car, just like everything around you has settings. Your mind also has settings, and you are set for a particular income. You are set for a particular weight, and you are set for the way your relationships are going to work. And so because of those settings, That's what you keep ending up with. Now out here, you can work hard to try to get past these settings. You can. And some people, while they're working hard, it does cause their settings to change. But that's only about what? 1 out of 10? It's even less than 1 out of 10 that hard work changes their settings. So most people, 9 to 9.5 out of 10 people live their life based upon settings, and they don't know it. Inside your head, you are set for certain things to happen. And some people call that destiny. It's not. It's called a setting. Simply put, inside your subconscious, you have settings for income, for the amount of love you can give, for the amount of love you can receive, for the kind of relationship you're going to have, for the kind of job you're going to have. You have settings. Now, when I learned this, that I have settings, I got very interested. My curiosity caused me to wonder, how do I change these settings? I want to change it. What if I want to change my setting from $2,000? And what if I want to change it to 10? What if I want 10? That's a huge jump. Is that even possible for somebody like me? I want 10,000 on the outside, but I've got 2,000 setting on the inside. How am I going to do that? And that's what I'm here to teach you. Every time we get together, every first and third Wednesday, is how do we change these settings so that we can choose a new setting. So this is a new setting. How do we choose that new setting? If I can spell it right, new setting, and achieve it. Because this has been here for a while. And I don't know what your numbers are, but if you look at what you're stuck at or what you're limited to, that's another word we could put up here, is limited. You are limited to this. You can't exceed it because it won't let you. And it's actually your mind that won't let you exceed your limits. It's not God, it's you. So I became very interested on how to create new settings. What do I got to do? How do I make this happen? What are the steps? I want to do the steps. I mean, it's like, what? Are you serious? If I could just learn how to change the settings and I did it, could I really change my income? Could I really change the shape of my body? Could I really change the way my relationships are? Because I want to be better with relationships. I want to be more loving and forgiving and be lovable. Because I was a porcupine for a long time and people just could not love me or they'd get stabbed by my pokey porcupine quills. And I also had a lot of negativity inside me. And that was not good. It caused me to go into depression, caused me to hate myself. And my successes were pretty small. They were just pretty small inside there. But I wanted to change. And I was desperate because I had got to the end of my rope, literally. So inside your head, even if you agree with this or not, even if you don't believe me, you still have settings and you still are limited, and you know you're limited. You've tried and you're up against a line that you can't get past, and you're trying to figure out why. You're going down the same journey I did. The figuring out and the discovery of, why do I have this limit? Why do I have this? How do I change this? And I've done this for the last 17, going on 18 years. I have been changing my settings and accomplishing what my new setting is. And believe me, if I can do this, You have the same chance as me. If you're willing to do what it takes and over again. Okay, so here's the equation. Okay, I need to find something that I could repeat to my subconscious so that it will take it on as something to keep repeating. So I need to find something that I could repeat to myself so that it will take it on and it will put that into my subconscious. I got to do that. I got to teach my brain what to repeat. So how do I do that? Well, how do we get anything in our brain? We listen. How do we get anything in our brain? How do we do that? Well, if we get something in our brain, it means over here, sorry, this screen's getting full, but I'm going to just type it over here. I look at it. I listen to it, or I talk about it. That's how I get something in my brain. Isn't that true? You read a book, you watch a movie, you talk about the topic. The more you talk about it, the more you listen to it, the more you look at it, it gets it into your head, right? So if I want something new in my subconscious, maybe I need to add looking, listening, and talking to my practice each day of something I specifically want to go into my subconscious, because once it gets in there, it's going to repeat it, because that's what it's already doing with everything else. It's already repeating everything else because that's what's in there. And that's causing me to do or not do things, which causing habits, which then causes my results to be where they're at. And if I want to change where I'm at and I want to upgrade where I'm going, I've got to change the information my mind repeats. What is it repeating on? And what could I have it repeat that I would want it to repeat? What could I do? Now, remember, this is all about removing frustration. That's the main topic here. Now we're taking responsibility. And we're taking responsibility and we're being responsible. We are not using excuses. We're being responsible, and we're going to focus on our mindset because we know and we're admitting to where our results really are at. And we know we need to upgrade our mindset. And the way we're going to upgrade our mindset is from this big picture here. We know we're going to add something to our subconscious. And how do we learn? Well, we look at something, we watch something, we listen to something, we talk about something. That is our learning process. So it makes sense that I would need to choose. I need to choose what I want my brain to repeat. And if I can give it something to repeat, maybe at this level right here, at this level, this is 250 pounds. Whoops, I said 350, but 250 pounds. This is at 250 pounds. And let's say this up here is 200. And then right here, this, oh, that's a big jump. That was too big. Now let's go right here. Let's go to 240. And then this is 230. Okay, so I want to do a little bit of success so I can show that I'm changing my mindset, right? So if my mind is set at this weight and I'm stuck at this weight, I need to repeat to myself this weight so I can reset my mind to be here, even though I'm here, because I'm not going to be pie in the sky. I'm going to be here. Like, I'm admitting I am here. This is where my results are. I'm at 250 pounds. So I'm going to change my mindset by repeating to my mind where I want my body to go. I want my body to be at 240 pounds of healthy happiness. 240 pounds of healthy happiness. That sounds like a statement that I could make, that I could say, and I could repeat it. I could repeat it to myself until my subconscious takes it on. I am 240 pounds of healthy happiness. And this is just my next step. I'm going to repeat this over and over and over and over again to my subconscious. Hey, subconscious, just so you know, 240 pounds is going to be amazing. We're going to 240 pounds. 240 is the number of healthy happiness. There we go. We're going to get to 240. And then I repeat this over and over and over and over and over again, that this is what I want, because that's the language of the subconscious, is repetition. So I go to say this. Now I'm consciously saying this, trying to get it in past this blue line, trying to go, come on, let this in, 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 let this in. And I'm going to use repetition intentionally to reprogram my setting of my weight or my income or my relationship or my way in which I deal with people. But I have to choose what it is that I want. And then I look, listen, or talk about this to my subconscious. So what does that look like? It says, what this means is write the sentence and repeat it to yourself with the knowledge that you are focusing on moving the mindset number to a new setting. If you want this to be dollars, if you want this to be whatever you want it to be, whatever this setting is, it's not going to change and be permanent until it changes in your subconscious. And this has been my life in what I've gone through myself, of changing my settings and working my way up. This experience of going, okay, what am I going to do? 35. And I'm going to keep going. And all along this way, taking my mind one step at a time to go this direction. If you make too big of jump, it is hard to change the subconscious, because then it seems like a fantasy. It seems like it's a make-believe story. But if you work your mind incrementally, your mindset can change.